News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Your local dairy farmers want to wish you all a happy and safe holiday season and a very happy new year. Remember your 3 servings every day. Milk, cheese, and yogurt are key to a healthy lifestyle.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year!
You can't have anything fake in that baby. That baby likes nature. It's built for a windmill. Where you're really going to see it is when we come down, because you'll be able to. You should have probably sat in that seat. I think when we come back, right? Jump into. Let me see. I'll be passing. Yeah, you should be in this seat back here, and then you can see it real clearly. So when we get up here, I'll just have you change and go there, and then you can shoot it perfectly. But it's beautiful. It just works. I'm so damn proud of that thing. I'm really proud of it. It worked really hard on this one.
So what would it take to get these in the normal everyday consumer individual's house?
Well, there's not much of anything. Most of the communities want them, but they don't want the noise. So they have, most ordinances are scheduled for 60 decibels during the day, but at night they want them dropped to 35 to 40, and of course the other technologies can't do that. So number one, we can go any place in the United States because we have no noise. Then number two, this 6-footer outproduces even all the 12-footers that are out there, a diameter system, and also 18-footers. Plus, nobody wants a 12-footer or a 16 or an 18-footer in their backyard. So this is going to be the only a windmill that's going to be acceptable in all communities throughout the United States. So I feel we're going to have all the business. And I think that within a few years, this is the only technology that's going to be accepted worldwide because of the efficiency factor. If you have 90% efficiency, there's no way anybody's going to buy something that's 15 or less. They're just not going to buy it. Then as we go bigger, remember, we'll never be as big as them. I don't want to put this stuff, so, you know, we want to blend it in with nature. We can do different colors on those blades. We can do everything. And as you see, that's even the see-through material. But, you know, a little bit of green is good. And if you got 4 blades that you're looking at now, well, you put 6 blades on that thing and you fill that, and it's going to look more like a flower or a tree.
How about economic?
Economically, because you're 90% efficient, then your costings go way down and you actually don't need all this government support. This thing will, on its own merit, bring in you the costings of the kilowatt where they should be. And as you get bigger, you know, your costings need to be under 10 cents a kilowatt, and this is going to be under that. You know, my goal was always to make it efficient against coal and natural gas, and at 90% efficiency factor, you have that, and that was the goal. You can't have a goal of making something like this 30% efficient. You got to have a goal to strike at 100, and when you reach 90 to 95, then you know that you have a competitive technology. Here, I'll put my window down. Okay. Yeah.
So you'll see the light bulbs lighting up there,
right.
Vern. There's 200 watts each, and that's.
He'll go up, and then they all light up. There.
question is going to be creating a bigger, better Apple. You now have the worries of the bigger companies thinking that, you know, we got to take you off the market, so let's buy them out.
Well, they offer me enough money, they can buy me out, but I want to maintain control of all the R&D, and I want to maintain control of where the parts are made.
What
so
if they shut it down?
Well, I'm not going to let them shut it down, or I wouldn't make a deal.
Okay.
So I want all our technologies I invented to be out there for the world. This is not just for the United States. This is for the world. It's for all the people that don't have, can't afford coal-burning boilers, and don't have the money for nuclear. They don't have the money for these other things. They don't have natural gas and oil. That's a lot of parts in the world. And so that means that somebody has to come up with something that's alternative energy that's cost efficient for these people, and that's what we've got. So, you know, I'm not interested in actually selling out unless the people put the product into the marketplace. It doesn't do me any good to invent these things for the welfare of all the people if they don't come to the marketplace. But all the products that I have invented are in the marketplace, but my air pollution system, which I think is the best thing in the world, and you can actually run coal, and I take out everything, SO2, SO3, NOx, VOCs, and CO2. They're utilizing that technology in China. I've got the technologies to replace rubber. I mean, I've already passed the DOT testing for urethane tires. And not only that is, my tires are safer, they last longer, and more recyclable, and don't hurt the environment whatsoever. And so rubber, of course, you know, does. So, but now what's so strange about what I've invented is that even the tire, who wants the tire technology? China. I just got, been back and forth to China about 5 or 6 times the last 6 months, and the Chinese government has assigned a certain company to me over there, and they want to go forward with the car tire. And it's pathetic that is going to be done in China, not the United States. And it's not my fault. It is the companies in the United States, where you get companies, major companies, and they're not entrepreneurs running those companies. Those companies are actually run by caretakers. So that's some of the problems in the United States. And you see the smaller companies growing, especially in electronics and everything else, and they're not the old companies. They're all new companies today. And you know why? Because they have entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs, I just happen to be an entrepreneur, a technology person. So, you know, we raised our own money. And all the technologies I developed in the United States, I never got 1 cent from the government. I've done everything through private enterprise. So, and that way I was able to just go forward and invent and do the products.
Mm-hmm. I'm an entrepreneur and owner of a company. I came out to Pahrump 15 years ago to do the TV business out there. The cost of valet electric is pretty high. How would this benefit me, and could I afford to put a system in place, and how long would it take me to recuperate the investment?
Well, it certainly depends upon the purchase power agreement that you would get, you know, with that utility company. But what I'm saying is that what is the cost of a kilowatt of power with the windmill? Cost of a ranges between 16 and 25 cents. There's no way that with the efficiency of these units that it's costing less. So with our technology, and you're hitting at 90%, we should be below 8 cents a kilowatt in costings. And then you're in the marketplace. You can compete against coal and natural gas. And that's my competition. That's what I see as my competition, not an existing alternative energy technology, which is not there, and it'll never be there. They think about the payback is 10 to 15 years. There's no payback in alternative energy now in 10 to 15 years. But our payback certainly will be as we start mass producing this, so it's going to come way down. But if my costings are around 6 to 8 cents a kilowatt, which we will be with the larger units, you're in the ball game, and the payback's astronomical if you're only charging 10 cents.
How and when will it be available?
We're going to be available right away. Actually, the first order, I've already ordered all the components being made. They're already in mass production mode. And so I would say probably the first shipment, the first 100 units, they come in at 100 units at a time, the 6-foot system. And I would say that we will have the first here in 60 to 75 days. And then it starts.
Who do they buy from? Who does the consumer buy from?
They buy from Receptor, our company. They buy, and we'll control. Of course, all the blades are made here in the United States. And once I get everything moving, I get the right generator company to make them via our method. Then we'll have the generators made here. Once the generators are made here, the bearings come from the United States. The same bearing companies are in China and elsewhere, so I can buy the bearings here, and the rest is metal. So that can be made in the United States, and the castings can be made in California. They're not made here in Nevada, but they can be made in California.
Will they? Well, you need financing to purchase one, and will you be providing finance so people can get into these units?
I won't provide financing, but there are companies already came to me that will provide the financing. So there'll be a program where they can get financing for it. And with the tax breaks right now, they're going to be buying it about 40 cents on the dollar anyway. I mean, 60 cents on the dollar. On the pricing that it's sold to. I have a marketing company that we sell to, and then they're marketing all over the United States and Canada. And so, but that's only the small ones, the 6-footers and the 12-footers. And when we go bigger, the company itself they'll be buying from the company, and we will do the installation and everything.
And the engineering and the footprint that it would take to put one of these up on a business or in a backyard.
Oh, well, it's a very small footprint. You're just talking about, a few feet for the footings, but that's it. I mean, since it makes no noise, you don't have that troublesome wondering, what's going to happen in the large winds or so forth. So these can be put into the backyard. The height is going to depend upon the height of your building, because it's got to be higher than that, but that's it. It doesn't have to be extremely high. And since we start at a couple miles an hour, you're at 5 miles an hour is really where the power really starts. So you're already in power at 5, and anything that goes up even high gust of wind of 40, 50 mile an hour, it can handle it.
The engineering from the unit to the building and the tie-in, is that done by a contractor that would be provided by Wincell?
No, Wincell in the United States and in Canada, we have a company that has all those responsibilities. We just sell the small units because I don't want to build a staff of hundreds of people for the small units. But on the large units, everything will be done through Wincell. But you're talking about, you're not selling thousands of those, you're selling hundreds in comparison to the 1,000, and I will build a maintenance crew and so forth to keep the large ones running and operating all the time. The small ones, those are sold through a licensee who actually has marketed all over the United States already, and then we will have dealers, and those dealers are responsible to install them and maintain them.
The audience in Pahrump will obviously want to know what the cost of a unit would be. What type of investment would they seek to a 2,000 square foot home?
Well, this one here, we're saying that I don't control the retail price, but we're saying approximately $25,000 is the retail price, but I'm selling it for a lot less than that to the licensee, who then distributes it and installs them. And that's installation costings too. That's totally installed. And then they can get a rebate back. And with most homes in the United States, that would be having a net metering tie-in to the grid. So it just reverses your bill.